The weather's changing, the grounds are getting colder and wetter and muddier, so coaches are looking for any edge they can get in these dark, desperate months. So, what comes to mind is the good old-fashioned spray. Back in my day, we used to cop it every single week. Coaches these days don't use it as often. They use it as a secret weapon. But some of the great sprays happened back in our day. John Todd coached West Australia and they beat Victoria, so Toddy becomes the All-Australian coach. We are playing Ireland and I'm playing out on the ground, 1 minute in, and the runner comes out and says, "Derm, you're off." So I go to the bench. John Todd turns his back on the play, completely his back to the play. He looks at me and he gives me one of the almighty sprays of all time. He turns back around and says, "What are the stats on Diesel?" It's one touch, coach. He says, "Get Diesel off as well." So Diesel comes and sits next to me, Crackers Holden, Gary Buckenara. And Toddy turns his back again and sprays the great Greg Williams. Who does that? At half-time, Toddy gave us another unloading spray in his half-time talk. He then picked up the stat sheet, looked at the stat sheet and said, "Gary Buckenara, you haven't touched it. You can seriously play. You won the game for West Australia a couple of months ago. What the hell is happening out there? Why haven't you touched it?" Bucky very calmly looked up at John Todd and said, "You've had me on the bench for the entire first half, coach. I'm a chance if you put me on."